Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. This is our daily topics program, which we do somewhere close to 11 o'clock each weekday, except holidays. Thanksgiving is the next one that we'll be taking the day off that day.
You'll be taking the day off.
You'll have a few chores that morning, but we're going to reward you with a day off on Friday.
And I'm going to use that day very well.
Sleeping probably, right?
Probably, yes.
Do you typically sleep in late on days off?
I sleep late on days in.
You know, when I was a kid, and like in teenage kid, I stay up all night and slept till noon. But 40 years of getting up at 4:30, even though now I don't have to do that anymore, it's like your body has gotten so used to it, it wakes up just like it did for 40 years.
So what time do you go to sleep every night, you reckon?
Well, since I don't have to get up at 4:30 in the morning anymore, I find myself staying up a little bit later. It's not uncommon that I might be up midnight if something good's on TV. And I'll usually wake up at 6 or 6:30, which is earlier than I would prefer waking up. But
see, I wish that I woke up that early because I like having time in the morning to myself before I have to do anything. But usually that time to myself is I'm really comfortable in bed right now. I don't want to get up. So I think I rolled out of bed at 8:45 this morning.
Gotcha. Well, this is Aaron Glandon on this side. I'm Mike Smith, Daily Topics Show. Now you know our routine at night and in the morning. So you're kind of like an old man when it comes to...
Am I?
Do you stay up late?
Past couple weeks I've been staying up till 1 or 2.
Oh.
I probably shouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm like Barney. When he told Andy, I stayed up till 10:30, and he said, I don't know how you do it. Like that was really something. Weather. Wow. It's turning, folks. It's a rainy day out there today, a high of 56, cooler tomorrow with a high of 48, a little warmer with sunshine on Thanksgiving Day. But listen to this. A week from this Friday, the projected high is 33 and a nighttime low of 19.
That's freezing.
It's
almost freezing.
It's coming quickly. Yeah, the winter season. Even though officially it's not until just a few days before Christmas. But
the 21st, is that right?
Yeah, sometimes it's 20th, 21st, just different times a day. But yeah, we're in Ohio, so we shouldn't complain because the weather does change. And you can always make sure you look at our interactive weather map on littermedia.com. It'll show you, you can change the time frame, the day you want to look at to see, hey, I'm planning a trip. What's it going to look like? And you can
zoom into the city you're going to.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to be just in our area. It can be anywhere in the world. When we come back, we're talking about topics. We have a couple of special editions over the last day that we're wanting to talk about, and along with some sports, all that coming ahead on Litter Media Live. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, your local headquarters for getting rid of junk. When Aaron moved out of his parents' house, I'm sure he could have used a dumpster, or his parents could have. If they had thought about it, they would have probably called Scioto Valley Dumpsters at 253-8389 for a quote. You see the ghost map behind, not only covering Ross County, but surrounding counties. Give them a call for your cleanup project. Scioto Valley Dumpsters.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
Before we get into topics, we want to throw out a happy birthday to your uncle, my cousin, Scott Glandon. We call him Scotty Boy. I don't know what you call him, but
Scotty.
The cousins call him Scotty Boy. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Scotty.
Yes, sir. Topics today, well, it was yesterday. We talked to Chillicothe Ross, Chamber of Commerce CEO and President Mike Throne, and Wendy Bennett. They were both in to talk about the Keep the Cheer Here Challenge, which is associated with Shop Small Saturday. Now, the emphasis on shopping local business helps keep dollars here at home. Studies show in our area that for every dollar spent at a small business, 68 cents of that stays here, whether in payroll checks or also for taxes for community services. So there's a lot of advantages of shopping local. Today, Korean War veteran Bob Nelson joined us on a special edition of Litter Media Live. Bob recently took the honor flight to Washington, D.C., touring the many monuments that pay tribute to our veterans and former leaders. And if you didn't get a chance to check that out, Bob tells us he's originally from Indiana, I think, and went to Purdue. And how he came here to Chillicothe, like many, many other people over the decades, a place called Mead Paper. It's not called Mead anymore, but it was back then. And a neat interview with Bob Nelson.
And both those interviews are now on our YouTube channel. If you missed them, you can go back and watch the whole thing.
Very good. Aaron got that loaded for us. Pike County YMCA is hosting their annual toy and clothing drive for the Pike County Children's Fund. Now through December the 11th, items can be left on the front desk. And as you see there, there's also a phone number you can call if you have any questions, 947-8802, and ask for Lindsay. If you don't know, the Pike County YMCA is located at 400 Pride Drive in Waverly. A recently released report from the Wildlife Management Institute, Responsive Management, and Southwick Associates showed that wildlife-based recreation contributed nearly $12.5 billion to Ohio's economy last year. Now, that study was conducted by the Ohio Division of Wildlife and surveyed Ohio residents to gauge their participation in outdoor recreation and the economic impact of those activities. The survey primarily focused on Ohioans' involvement in hunting, fishing, target shooting, and wildlife viewing. I think some call it birding, watching birds. Ohio residents age 18 and older, including licensed hunters and anglers, completed telephone and email surveys to find that information. And finally, Ross Community Action. They'll be conducting their Dad and Me Adventure Peppermint Pajama Party December the 1st at the Ohio University Chillicothe Child Development Center. That's from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on the 1st. They'll have craft making, and that will be conducted over 4 different stations inside the Development Center. If you'd like to get more information, call 775-0233 to sign up.
Will you be there in your peppermint pajamas?
I think I do have some pajama bottoms that my wife got me a few years back that are kind of like that color. That's a traditional thing, I guess, they did in their family. Everybody got new pajamas on Christmas Eve.
Huh. I don't think I've worn pajamas in years. That's sweatpants.
Okay. You wear sweatpants. Yeah. Well, that's kind of like, never mind. I was thinking of a particular retail store where I think the people wear their pajamas to those locations. Oh, yeah. So when we come back, we'll be taking a look at sports, including some local sports, and finding out how some of our area college basketball teams did last night. All that ahead on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor, serving our community and surrounding counties for over 4 decades. Your trusted comfort advisor and on target for your needs. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Sports is next.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
At Rathkamp Financial, we offer customized investment solutions and superior client service. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
All right, let's jump into sports. One of the good guys in our area in sports that we want to tip our cap to is Chillicothe Paint's play-by-play broadcaster Jacob Wise. Jacob has been named the 2023 Prospect League Broadcaster of the Year by a league-wide vote. It's the inaugural year for the award and is part of the league's first ever year of organizational awards. Again, Jacob Wise, good man. Congratulations on that well-deserved honor. Paint Valley High School has named their 2023 Hall of Fame inductees. Now, here's some names that many of you out that way would probably remember, as well as others in the SVC. Travis Burton, Dylan Swingle, and Tegan McFadden among those who will be inducted in a ceremony on Friday, January 19th. That's, of course, 2024, and that'll be held between the JV boys and varsity game against Unioto. So congratulations to those three inductees. Another OHSAA Foundation game will be held at Unioto High School tonight. You'll get a little bit of a sneak preview of the Sherman's boys basketball team as they host Waverly. The JV game starts at 6, followed by the varsity. Proceeds for this foundation game go to help 4 Unioto middle school students shop for Christmas in conjunction with integrated services. That's a neat thing to help needy kids in our community. Ohio State women's basketball, they're down in the Bahamas, taking on East Carolina yesterday and winning 79-55. Go Bucks. Wright State men's basketball, a 91-85 winner over the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns last night. Chillicothe grad Brandon Knowles scored 16 points in that victory. Now, that's not a picture of Brandon, but a win all the same against the Ragin' Cajuns. And, of course, the college football playoff rankings, that is tonight. You know, it's almost every week except last week, it was at 7. Last week, it wasn't until after whatever college men's basketball game was being played. It was like 9:10 or 9:15, and the game was decided, but it was one of those you're fouling to try to and I'm thinking, get this thing over with. I just want to see the doggone ratings. So I'm not sure what time it is tonight, 7 or 9 o'clock. And that is a look at sports. You got anything sports-wise you want to add?
No. I was trying to think of something funny to say, but I couldn't think of anything.
Well, you think about it as we are preparing for this day, well, this Revolutionary War history moment from the Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughters of American Revolution. That'll be coming up after the break.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Before we get into sports, just had a thought. Something that you'll be covering Thanksgiving morning. Probably ought to give another plug to the Larry Cox Memorial Turkey Trot. That's always Thanksgiving morning. Proceeds go to Southern Ohio Crime Stoppers. I'm sure you probably can't get the T-shirt that a lot of the folks that are running get, because I think you have to pre-register for that. But I'm pretty sure they still take registration for the runners up until the event.
And if you are running at that event, wave to the Litter Media cameras, and we'll put you in the highlight package that we're making.
Now, what time do you have to be out there for that?
Dan sent me some information, but I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it's early. When I used to work at the radio station, there were some years that I had to work on Thanksgiving morning, and they were running by the station pretty early. It was like 7:30
Yeah,
or 8
I was thinking like 7 a.m.
I think they got to get out of there because everybody wants to go home and eat.
Yeah. Build up an appetite.
Yeah, I think 52 is going to be the high. It won't be that warm in the morning, but for these runners, they don't care. They're diehards. They'll be out there. As we always do in this commemoration of the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution, or the start of the Revolution, we look back to the year 1772. This happened on November the 2nd. The first committees of correspondence are formed in Massachusetts under this gentleman, Samuel Adams. The committees become provisional patriot emergency governments, keeping the colonies informed of the common threat they face from Britain. A lot of people have heard of Samuel Adams. Well, this is he. And as early as 1772, they were trying to remind the patriots that the British are coming.
And we talked about the Boston Tea Party a couple times in the past couple of days. He was one of the members of the Sons of Liberty, wasn't he?
I believe so. Now, we were supposed to get an invite to go down and take either some video or pictures of that boat that they have at First Presbyterian Church. That starts, I think the daily tours of that start on December the 7th. And I think I saw the newspaper had a picture of it. So it must be put together. So
I don't know.
Teresa Reap, if you're watching, we're still waiting for that show up at such and such a time. We don't want to stand there knocking on the door and nobody's letting us in. So,
like the third monkey on the arch.
Anything that you have to add of community value before we go today?
I don't think so.
Okay.
One note on sports. I still get emails from my university, Indiana Wesleyan, and pickleball signups are open. So if you want to play on an intramural pickleball team.
Have you ever played pickleball?
Yeah, I like pickleball.
I don't understand the rules.
It's like tennis.
Exactly like tennis?
No, not exactly, but it's very similar.
The first time that I heard pickleball being played, not heard of, but heard it being played, we were down in Florida about this time of year, and I was waking up because I didn't have to get up early at all, and I heard this noise of something contacting it, what would sound like a wiffle ball.
Right.
And it was these pickleball courts, and I looked out the window, and there were people everywhere.
Well, a pickleball and a wiffle ball, they're the same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah.
And the kind of a paddle, what are they using?
It's like a big ping pong paddle.
Okay. Well, that's why but I couldn't believe the number of people out there playing.
It's fun.
Now, a former work colleague of Dan and mine from Washington Courthouse, Stu Gardner, he did the play-by-play for many years of Fayette County sports and then later Hillsborough sports on the iHeart or Clear Channel / iHeart channels. And Stu was telling me several years ago about going to the Fayette Y and playing pickleball. Well, I was laughing at him. I thought he was making it up. And then he said, no, this is really a sport. But that was before it was big everywhere else. So over in Washington Courthouse, they were some of the pickleball front runners.
I have a couple of rackets in my car. If it weren't raining, I'd say let's go play some pickleball.
You'd give me some. I think that they just put up something there in Yoctangi Park on the tennis courts.
They just put up new pickleball courts because they used to have pickleball lines on the tennis courts, but the nets aren't the same. So I think they put up regulation pickleball nets.
Gotcha.
So you can actually play.
Now, is there anything indoors Didn't I see it at the Armory?
At the Racket Club, where CHS practices, you can go there and play pickleball.
And I think I saw that the Department of Recreation put out it was on Twitter, I think, the other day, that they have a pickleball court inside the Armory gym, but you have to call ahead to say, we want to play, so they can set it up. Because that's also used for basketball, too. So pickleball, a growing sport. My wife says, I'd like to learn how to play that. So as we fade off into the sunset, as you see, maybe we'll be playing pickleball, because I don't think you have to move as much as you do.
Not a whole lot. And if you want an instructor, Garrett Simmons.
Is that right?
He's who you want.
Okay, Garrett Simmons. I'll look him up. Well, that's the way things are for this Tuesday, the 21st, with Aaron Glandon and Mike Smith. We'll have another program at about 11 o'clock tomorrow. Don't forget, we do have our Pickaway County Special Edition at 10 tomorrow morning, and that'll be with Steve Sawyer of Arts Around. We've had Steve in a number of months back, and we wanted to have him back in to talk about the Arts Around schedule for the winter month. So join us for that special edition at 10 tomorrow, and in our daily program close to 11 o'clock. So until that time, for Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith saying have a enjoyable day, even though it's raining, from all of us here at Litter Media Live.